Commanders had the 7th pick.
Seven.
Only 3 with 2,000 tackles ever.
You love it. I seen it in your eye. You were like, yeah,
Hey, listen,
it's
so-
only 3
so
of
listen-
us. I know the answer. Catfishing.
Call me now.
Call me now.
Say that. Coming up on a Get Loud podcast, we'll focus on the Eagles a little bit.
Hate. I'm glad we hated on them. 2nd and 3rd. I love it.
Also, you have a lot to say about New Year's.
You know what? Happy New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Not day.
And London Fletcher's here to talk about Bobby Wagner joining the 2000 Tackle Club.
And I'm Daniel Boone.
Welcome inside the Big Bear AI Command Center studios. It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Find tickets to Commanders games and more. SeatGeek. Fred Smoot, Michael Jenkins. How you doing, brother?
I'm
Happy
good.
New Year.
You can't say that anymore, man. Like,
You're gonna
once
say
you pass the 3rd.
The 3rd is the day?
The 3rd. Now, if you haven't seen somebody for like 20 days, maybe January 20th, all right, then you could probably say, Happy New Year. But this cringy.
See, I haven't seen Kayla, haven't seen Anna, so I said Happy New Year.
But it's like a week late. Like, at what point is it not Happy New Year's anymore?
The 10th.
We got to be closer to another
Like
holiday?
the 10th, maybe? It's still... Don't you like the joy of being able to say, Happy New Year?
7th.
The 7th. You're gonna
All right,
compromise.
that's 7 days.
Oh, like a full week.
That's a full week into the new year.
Okay.
Now it ain't Happy New Year's, it's just Happy Day.
Happy day.
It's just happy today. All right?
Happy day.
And why everything got to be happy? How you know that person happy?
Well, I think that you want to be positive, right? You don't want to start off a new year and be like, hey, New Year.
This new generation about being real. They're about facts. They're not about
So how would
pretending.
you greet someone then? Just a nod?
No. Even kill. New Year's. Just
So
don't get too high, don't get too low.
So I look at you, I go, New Year's.
And I'm like, back to you.
I don't think I was going to catch up. Well, guess what? We beat the Eagles, and I know people are like, all right, whatever. But
Hate.
What?
We did that with hate.
with hate in our hearts.
Like, listen, sometimes you do it with love, sometimes you do it with hate, but whatever stirs your pot, this was hate. And we kind of beat them at our game. Like, we've been playing with backups all year long.
Mm-hmm.
So they put their backups in, and our backups better than your backups because our backups were starters.
Oh, yeah?
So our backups showed you that we've been playing a lot. We beat you with the 3rd string quarterback. All right? Our backups to your backups beat your backups. Does that mean our depth is better than yours? No, our backup just been playing all year.
I will say it did affect the Eagles, right? Because since they lost that game, then all of a sudden they dropped from the 2 seed to the 3 seed in the NFC. Did you like that call by Nick Sirianni to hold back his starters? Because they were praying. They were praying for a different result in the Lions-Bears game.
I understand where he's coming from. I would rather get in the game, get in the tournament healthy than play a team that vowed 2 weeks ago to get revenge on me with nothing to lose.
Okay.
They're coming in to hurt us. He understood the mission.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be physical and hurt us. So what do I really gain? All right, I'm going to have to play the Packers eventually. I'm going to have to play the 49ers eventually. In the playoffs, it ain't no fair dodging. All right, so why? Why play against us?
So all of a sudden if they do win this game, then they get the 2 seed, they take on the Packers instead of the Niners, but you're saying like it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Not with a Super Bowl proven team. Not with a team that's been there, done that. Not with a roster that just won the Super Bowl last year. They can care less. Where do you think I would rather play it on a Sunday? Warm San Francisco or cold Philly?
Well, they're going to play in Philly. But I would rather take on the Packers than the Niners. I think the Niners are more dangerous.
You would rather go to Green Bay?
Well, it's going to be in Philly, right? The opening round is going to be in Philly, right?
If it were Green Bay, right?
Green
Because the 49ers, they go to the 49ers.
No, Niners going to Philly.
The Niners going to Philly.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that. We're going to have to double check that. Because I think
I
they
wrong?
go
The
to Philly.
Niners are going to be in Philly.
Okay.
They're going to be in Philly.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. For some reason, I thought the Niners had the home game.
No, so it's the Eagles have the opening round home
Yeah.
game.
And then they go on the road.
Yeah, I think after that they go on the road.
If I'm Sirianni, I believe in this Super Bowl team.
Okay.
I'm just not dodging anybody. Like, the playoffs, who can you dodge? I know you would rather play somebody than somebody else, But eventually, the best gonna play the best.
What would you say if someone said, yeah, but don't you want to try, if you can, to get yourself the easiest path? You're going to have to face the best teams no matter what eventually.
I don't feel like it's an easy pass in the playoff.
Yeah.
Good versus good every week.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Do I match up better with some people? Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's no fair dodge, and I have to run into these people anyway. So to me, in the big scope of things, no, I would rather go in healthy with no questions than go in on my own terms.
I don't want to keep going on about Philly, but let me ask you one more question. Like,
I hate cheesesteaks.
You hate cheesesteaks?
Not really.
I mean, I do love a good cheesesteak.
Yeah, I would say
I
not
will
really.
say.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good can they be? Can they go back to the Super Bowl? I don't think they're good.
Yeah,
enough.
they can.
You think so?
What is the weakest part of this team?
Their offense.
It ain't the complete offense. It's the quarterback.
That's a big part of the offense.
When does he play his best football?
He does play in big games. Jalen does tend to step up.
What's the problem, Jinx?
It feels like they're limited this year, though.
By what? Distractions? This team immerses itself in distraction, and it never bothers them.
I think there's a possibility that this is a strong possibility that this is the year that Jalen doesn't step up based on what we've seen all season. That's going to be a hell of a turn up if he doesn't.
No, he did it 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, he did 2 years ago.
All I'm saying, Jinx, is habits are who you are.
All right.
His habits is I play okay in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
When it counts, I turn into Michael Jordan, and I make it happen. I make the plays. Like, his habits are who he is.
Yeah.
I bet you nobody in Philly worried about Jalen Hurts.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm thinking about how we played against the Bills.
That's too far ago.
Isn't that 2 games ago?
Yeah, nobody cares.
I think they are worried in Philly. You don't think after all we've seen this season, they're not worried about Jalen
I'm
Hurts?
telling you, they're not. Why would I worry them? All right, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If that's just the return of the Jedi, all right?
All
Let's
right.
just say it was the Jedi.
Okay.
And the Jedi was having a bad season, but we just kept winning.
Mm-hmm.
But he having a ick season. When we get in the postseason, you'll be like, oh, eventually he's going to turn it on. Yes, you believe that. Because you've seen him do it before.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually he's going to turn it on when it counts. I'm just saying, Jalen Hurts, what have he shown you when it counts that he ain't going to turn it on? He's outplayed Patty Mahomes, the best quarterback of this generation, twice in the Super Bowl. Twice. He ain't got to do it this year because he ain't in here.
But that was a full year ago. And what we've seen all season is a guy who has not been able to throw his receivers open, who seems hesitant.
He won't let it go, but in the playoff, he lets it go. He lets it rip. He lets it rip. Lance Johnson coming back. I'm going to tell you who actually got the biggest win-loss ratio on the team. When Lance Johnson doesn't play, they're not good.
It's a good point.
He's hefty, right?
Mm-hmm.
That offensive line is what churns them. That churns the tush push. That churns long drive. That control ball games.
Yeah.
Is that offensive line. Malata, Lance Johnson. And they're there.
It's been that way for a few years with Philly.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one constant. I know that Kelsey isn't there anymore, but they still have one of the best
It's one of the best offensive lines in football. Had the offensive line been beat up this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he doesn't play, Lance Johnson, they just not good.
Well, one thing we saw against Philly, talk about consistency,
Yeah.
the gold jacket. Bobby Wagner.
Oh, Yeller.
2,000 tackles for his
2,000
career.
tackles. I
On
love
the
it.
money,
Yes.
on the nose.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome to see London go in the locker room and give his speech. And, of course, Bobby joins London and Ray Lewis as the only players to ever have 2,000. Three guys in a career.
3 guys in the entire NFL's history.
Mm-hmm.
You would have thought Dick Butkus. You would have thought Mike Singletary.
Singletary.
You would have thought, just Brian Urlacher. You would have thought just guy to guy.
I would have thought maybe LT.
Yeah. You would have thought guy to guy to guy. 3 guys. And the DMV Beltway is connected to all 3.
Oh, that's a good point.
All right? You got Ray up 95.
Ray?
You got Ray. And Washington has 2 in his history.
Mm-hmm.
That both broke the 2,000 tackle barrier in that jersey.
That's right.
London Fletcher, Old Yeller Bobby Wagner. All right? And great speech by London.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it, now they're interweaved in history together forever. At one point, the NFL Hall of Fame is going to have to look at itself and say, I can't have the first guy and the third guy and not the middle guy.
I was saying this on the pregame show that you keep making this very good point, which is once people see this, they're going to be like, oh, he passed London Fletcher. Why isn't London Fletcher in the Hall?
Thank you. So it just shines a light, a moonlight on something that should have had a light to it. So his achievement makes his achievements that much more glorious.
Puts a spotlight on him.
Yes. Because there's only 3 of them.
Right.
There's only 3 of them. All right. Not your Luke Kinkley's. None of the Patrick Willis that you just put in the Hall of Fame. None of them have done what these 3 guys have done.
Yeah, I don't get it with London at all.
I do.
That's an automatic, entry. Like you've done something so significant, which is tackled. I mean, that's the point of the game.
Run, catch, tackle.
Right. And you've done it as well as anyone
Ever.
ever in the history of the game. I just don't understand.
And your longevity.
Yes.
Like the one thing about all 3 guys that they got in common, rarely, often, that this never hurt.
And you have to accumulate that many tackles, you have to be like Kuechly was a hell of a player.
Yeah.
But
He didn't play long.
he didn't play long.
He didn't play long.
Yeah.
Pat Willis didn't play long. Incomplete to me. You know how you can have incomplete on your report card?
Yeah.
Your mom be like, what happened?
Incomplete.
They say, I ain't finished.
Did you used to get excessive talking? Did you used to have that on your? Oh my God! I used to get that every single 6 weeks. Excessive talking.
Every teaching room I went in for like 6 straight years, my desk was right there by the teacher's desk. They would not let me intermingle with the students because I would finish my tests and everything so quick, and I would just get there. And now I'm just creating this ruckus in the back. Smooth, be quiet. I can't hear you. Like, I'm letting it rip.
Oh my God! I used to get straight A's, but when it came to like conduct because of talking, B's like all the time. I had one teacher though; she would always just kind of let me go off a little bit, and then be like, "All right, Jenkins, let's wrap this up."
Yeah,
and she'd give me about 5 minutes, then I'd have to wrap it up.
I had a teacher that used to let me close class. Like the last 5 minutes was my 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
To just rip into people, like. Just let me joke as much as I could. That was the ingredient. Be quiet for the first 55 minutes of class. The last 5 minutes, I'm going to let you off the hook. I'm going to let you go.
Oh, I love that.
And I just roast people to death. It was like the period after lunch. So everybody's still energetic, but kind of like
settling in a little bit.
Snail pace right there. Yeah. And I just come in just a ball of energy and just attack verbally. But that's how we end up with these jobs, being good at talking.
They recognize, like, all right.
And I had teachers that be like, you're going to be on TV one day. And I was like, you're right. You are correct. All right. Sometimes you know when you know. And the older people, they done been there and done that. They know talent when they see talent.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Most definitely.
They say a lot of times people's weaknesses are directly related to their strengths, right? Like it's completely like whatever you're really good at, the exact opposite you're going to be very, very bad at. Like, and it tends to make sense. Like they're very like correlated.
Yeah.
That might be
if you're a talker, you're going to probably get in trouble. Your mouth is going to get you in trouble, but your mouth is going to get you paid in some kind of way because you are a talker.
No.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe when it comes to the tackling thing, they are the best 3 tacklers of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And what I think London is getting is, like the other 2, he has a Super Bowl.
Right.
Like the other 2, he has interceptions and sacks. He didn't market himself. He wasn't selling himself. Like Ray was a whole commodity.
Ray was he was his own entity. Yeah.
From the intro to every tackle to every put the mic in his face. Let me tell you. Ray, what happened out there today? They was blocking me. They was blocking me from everywhere. How you get out of there, Ray? Guts. Guts is how I got it. Everything he did was over the top.
Yes.
Just over the top.
Everything.
Then you got London. Tackle, 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 go home.
Unassuming.
Tackle, 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 go home.
Did my job.
Tackle, 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 go home.
Done.
Didn't sell. You got to sell. Sell, 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 sell.
It's a damn shame, but you're right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
He was selling an entity. The other guy wanted to just go to work.
Right.
I call this the Draymond Green effect.
Oh,
All right, here
don't
go
get me
to
started on Draymond.
Now, here go the Draymond Green effect. I'm a big Draymond fan, by the way. Draymond will not have half the stats of Hall of Famers, but he going to the Hall of Fame.
He will, but he's also tarnished his reputation in a big way.
No, he hasn't. He's selling a product. His product is a baddie.
But when you first think of Draymond Green, what's the first thing that comes to mind for
Cold.
most people?
Santa Claus gonna leave him cold because he's just a S starter, right? He is.
Right. And if you're a basketball player, and he is a Hall of Famer, there's no question. Is that the first thing that you want to come to mind? That I
Yes.
just started
Yes.
all the time?
I think about the Dick's Sporting Store commercial where the players walk up to Santa.
Right.
And he say, CD Lamb, you've been breaking all them ankles,
Mm-hmm.
but you have been making all them moves. Gave him some.
Mm-hmm.
Then Draymond, the last person.
Mm-hmm.
Again, nothing, cold. He has a bad boy image. That's
does-
what he's selling. He's selling bad boy. He's selling edge. He's selling I'm combustible.
It's great for marketing, but is it great for if you want to be known as a great basketball player? Like, you can sell yourself as a bad boy, and he has, like, marketing-wise, it's worked. But he also wants to be known as someone who was a great basketball player, and a lot of people would argue that he's very selfish because he's always getting kicked out of the games. He hurt the Warriors in the finals doing that.
But how many times have he helped them? They go to the give and the take. Like, you can't have both. You can't put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
I used to always call the Golden State Warriors team skinny jeans.
Why is
because between Steph and Clay,
Mm-hmm.
it was this pretty boy exterior, no toughness.
Right.
Until you turn to one Draymond Green. His job was to be the enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
He is Charles Oakley. He is why you don't want to play us. You don't want to play us because it's a chance. Not only can we beat you in basketball, I might beat you up.
It's true. My only counter argument to that is the number of times he's been kicked out of games. Then you're not helping your team.
But you can only be who you are. He can only be Draymond.
Well, that is true.
And let's be honest, he doesn't work on most teams. He work on this team because the point guard, the best point guard of all time, Steph Curry, is actually a pseudo shooting guard.
And because of Steve Kerr, too.
Yes. So Draymond handles the point guard responsibilities, bringing a power forward out into the field.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have both. You got to either take the whole package or none at all. And his personality is I'm the enforcer 1,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the point guard 2, and I'm the best rebounder 3. That's who he is, and that's why he going to the Hall of Fame.
He's going to the Hall.
And it's going to be a lot of guys that hate on him, the Kenyon Martins of the world and everybody else. But you can't take
I saw that with Kenyon talking about that.
Yeah, but you can't take that from Dre. That's who he is.
That's definitely who he is. I just feel like there are times when he could have benefited his team more by not getting kicked out of the game and maybe taking a backseat a little bit.
So was Dennis Rodman. All right? But if you're crazy, you cannot calculate and measure your crazy. You're just crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, you just go cut outside you have already made it clear I'm going to cut outside the box.
Just who he is.
That's who he is.
All right, who is this team next season? If we look ahead.
Yeah.
So, Jaden, we got to get him healthy.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, is that
It happened to be the best Star Wars movie, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I don't know, though. Empire Strikes Back, though.
But the Empire can only strike back if the Jedi returns.
But when you found out
Yeah.
that Darth Vader was Luke's father.
Yeah, that kind of broke the internet before the internet.
I
right?
did. That was one of those, like, oh, my God.
I called my homeboy. Can you believe Darth Vader is Luke daddy? I don't know where my dad at. Is my daddy Darth Vader? I'm like, no. I'm talking about Luke Skywalker. I understand, but Return of the Jedi.
And by the way, if somebody gets in the comments and says, I can't believe you gave that away,
What?
that Darth Vader is Luke's father, then you need to, like, relax. Like, everybody on the
that's-
planet knows
There
that.
aren't allowed to be spoilers on the movie.
Yeah,
Like,
and this
over
movie was
30 years
released in
old.
what, early
I
80s?
said it's pre-internet.
Yeah.
It's pre-internet.
If you don't know that by now, then come on.
We live on the information highway right now. All right? All I'm saying is the Return of the Jedi behind the divine swine with a dollar bill in the back.
I thought you were going to say Ewoks for a second. I was like, that's not going to work.
No. With a dollar bill in the back.
Mm-hmm.
all right, with a Terry McLaurin on the side, even the Traylon Burks out there.
Mhm.
We got to figure out what we're going to do with the Debo situation. All right. I feel good about the offense.
Okay.
I feel very good about the offense. So now that brings the attention to the defense.
Okay.
All right. I say add one person of youth to every room. There's one edge rusher. There's one interior. There's one linebacker, one safety, one corner.
I started to say they've got to find someone to get after the quarterback.
Got to find a chaser.
Yeah.
We got to find somebody that draws attention that frees up everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't need a 15-sack guy. I need a guy capable of 15 sacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That he grabs the attention of every, and that opens up for everybody. If you fix the front, you fix the back.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it goes. So you asking me what I would put all my draft capital in free agents? Fat boys into the front. I want the front to be different.
Right.
I want to be able to go. I want to be able to go head to head, toe to toe with the Philadelphia Eagles. They are the measuring stick with the Philadelphia Eagles in the trenches, and
Yeah.
we're not far away. Biotish and them boys over there showing that Connolly down the stretch played as good as any
sure
offensive
did.
lineman in
Yeah.
football.
He's going to be very good.
Laramie Thompson, all right? That offensive line, concrete. Tight end is the position over there that I think you got to add somebody to the room.
Yeah.
Tight end, ooh, I love that kid Sadiq from Oregon. I don't know if you've seen this kid play.
I hadn't seen much of him.
You should have. All right? He's great. All right? So there's weapons out there in the draft. The question is, whoever you don't get in free agent, that tells you who we're going to draft.
All right, let's talk about the draft for a second. Right
Yeah.
now, Commanders have the 7th pick.
7.
7,
Mhm.
which is when you say is the cutoff point for wishing people Happy New Year.
7 days.
7 days.
After 7 days, don't call me. Say Happy New Year.
Right.
Like I was in the grocery store yesterday.
I'm going to text you like on the 6th,
I
but
know.
hey, Happy New Year.
I was in the grocery store yesterday, and I walked. Somebody like, hey, Spook, Happy New Year. I'm like, yeah, New Year's. I never said happy. I just said
And
New
you did
Year's.
that, you go New Year's.
New Year's.
Right back at you.
Mm-hmm.
New Year's.
New Year's. Because at one point, it got to stop. At one point, it had to stop. And I feel like 48 hours is enough.
Really?
The third.
I like wishing people Happy New Year.
The third. After the third.
I thought we agreed on the 7th.
No, I'm saying really, to me, concretely, the third is over with. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. Because people, don't tell me Happy New Year, man. That's 3-4 weeks ago.
That's very in the moment thinking, but I respect it that you're with reality.
Yeah,
You like to
I
be
have
very-
moved on.
You like to be in
Right.
reality.
Like, I'm already into this year.
You're already thinking about after Valentine's Day.
That's,
You're like, let's go to Thanksgiving.
that's called a revival.
It's time for Arbor Day.
Yes.
All right. We got the draft coming up. You excited about that?
Now, that's New Year's Day to me.
Let me ask you this. This is really early. A lot of things can change.
Yeah.
7th pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Would you move back in the draft potentially?
I wish I was driving a stick shift, put that thing right in reverse. All right. I want more draft capital.
Okay.
All right. Who wouldn't want to have a top 10 pick?
Yeah.
But I always say this: just because you drafted in the top 10, don't make you the best person in this draft.
That's right.
All right. That just means you had less drama with you
Mm-hmm.
and you had all the measurables. That's all that tells me. How many times have we watched guys get drafted in the top 10, never play football?
Just because they test well.
Yeah, just because they go jump out the gym with
Right.
a 40-inch vertical and run with the let me tell you what the combine is. Glorified pillow fight.
Okay.
I'm looking for wrestlers, but the combine is a pillow fight. So I'm going to take the pillow fight and say these are the best wrestlers. No.
I see what you're saying.
No.
Because you still have to be a football player.
Thank you. All right. Take what I see on film, compare it to what I see in gym clothes,
Yeah.
equals the dude. I'd rather take what I see on film. I'd rather take watching you play football. I'm not going to sit here and scrutinize your 4.5 40. You don't play with a 4.5 40 on the field. You play with more with a
Right.
4.4.
And can you run a route? Can you take a hit? Are
Can-
you physical?
can
Are
you
you
play the
smart?
game?
Yeah, can you play the game?
That's all I care about. So this glorified pillow fight that has turned into a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. How many times have we clocked a guy? Ooh, 4.26.
But can you play?
Ain't made a play in the league.
Right. Every now and then you'll see somebody say that, oh, why doesn't Tyson Gay go play football? I'm like,
He can't.
Right. Or whoever it is, like some sprinter. It's like because they're not a football player.
Every year we see some guy just spaz out and run the fastest time we ever seen. When have these dudes turned to Pro Bowlers? I'm waiting.
Right.
I have seen these combine victories all my life. None of them turn into All-Stars. They just dudes.
Right.
They found one niche that they can do. And if it's the 40, it's the 40. If it's the vertical, it's the vertical. If it's pump 225, 40 times, that's what it is. So you're exceptionally strong. It's probably because you got short arms and doing the bench press, you don't have to go that far. Compared to me, I have to go 2 times your length.
How many times did you bench press 225?
One time.
I know you told me that.
One time. Because I wasn't there for that. That's what I did. I told him this. You ain't come here for no bodybuilder. You came here for a grass athlete. And that's what I am. So, I had all kind of fanfare and everything. Went in there, noise everywhere. You would have thought a boxer was coming in the room. I sat down on that bench, picked that thing up, pumped it, racked it. Y'all did not come to see me bench. Come on.
Did you even try a second rep or you were just like, nah, you just racked it?
I ain't try. I just racked it and said, y'all ain't come to see this. Y'all came to see me run and move. Let's go.
And that's when you made your money right
And
there.
that's when I did it. That's grass athlete. All right?
We'll talk a lot about the draft here in the next few weeks, but let me ask you this. Will we see Smooch-Stradamus?
Yes, for the draft, most definitely.
Oh, okay, good.
Like the one thing I do is I like to find athletes. Listen.
Oh.
I give more props for somebody finding Dollar Bill, Krosky, Mary, than I give somebody for finding Cam Ward. It's easy to find.
Easy,
Cam
yeah,
Ward.
Cam's easy.
Right? Finding Dollar Bill, that's an eye for talent right there. And it's hard to differentiate these kids when they all in a bunch.
That's true.
Like, it's hard to just say, you know what, I think he's better than him. Maybe be a little bit better than him. Or maybe he might fit this scheme a little better.
Especially when you get in the later rounds because the talent is less differentiated. Now, he was different.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, obviously, you've got a Cam Ward, a Fernando Mendoza, someone like that. Like, these guys stand out. It's easy to say, oh, I think this guy's going to project well in the NFL.
Yeah. But then to find this guy in the 6th round,
Right.
7th round, and he turned out to be a starter for you, that takes more work. All right? So just having an eye and a feel for it. And I think what goes really with no attention is interviews. Interviews are very important.
Okay.
Because just having that sit down, talk with a person, you can tell kind of how much do they love football. Do they love football or do they love what football do for them?
Because you hear about this, and I know you've probably seen this, whereas you'll see a guy who's great at football, but he doesn't love it.
He don't love it.
Right.
Now, that's because maybe he's 6'6", 330 pounds. You can't buy that. You can't buy size.
Right.
All right? So he's been cursed with size. Size always means you got to be doing something. Like if we walk in the grocery store right now, we walk past a guy that's 6'6", 300 pounds, we like, he plays something.
Right. He's got to be an athlete.
He got to play something. That size dictate he has to do something. So usually it happens with the size guys because I've been this size so long, I've always been the bigger guy. Society has pushed on me that I have to do this. Have you ever been walking into a regular job and you see this guy that's 6'5", 210 pounds just look out of place?
And you're like, he should play basketball.
Like, what happened?
First thing you think of.
First thing you come to mind is what happened? Like, you fell short? What happened?
Right.
We ain't got no jobs for
You're
6'6".
not coordinated?
Yeah. Because his size dictates he should be doing something different. It happens in football a lot where guys just big, strong, go play football. I'm good at it, but I don't love it, so I keep playing it. It pays me.
Yeah.
Why not keep playing it?
Let's find out what the people think. Guys, you can give us a call, 703-726-7419, 703-726-7419, or email us, WashingtonGetLoud@gmail.com, and we have a couple.
We do.
All right.
First person we're going to hear from is Fred from Florida.
Oh.
Hey, Jenks, Fred, Anna, Kayla, Kay, Amanda, the whole crew. How y'all do? Fred from Florida, man. Great win against them Eagles. No matter the circumstances, it always feels good to beat those guys. A couple things. Shout out Bobby Wagner with the greats now, the great London Fletcher, Ray Lewis in that category. It's awesome. A couple things, Fred and Jinx, your thought. O-line, the wild boars as we call them. Seeing some depth there. That looks good. On the defensive side, that in the trenches there, I was wondering what y'all think about trying to keep, Johnny Newton started playing good there at the end. We want to keep Payne, I hope. Kinlaw, those cats, Armstrong, Wise, hopefully they're coming back. Looking at that DN position in the draft day, I just wanted to let y'all appreciate the show. Love you all. Hail to the Commanders and fight for old DC.
Fred from Florida. He must be enjoying that weather right now.
Appreciate you, Fred.
This is the best time to be in Florida.
Yeah.
January, February, March.
Just avoid the cold.
Just escape the cold. It's not as hot in Florida at this time.
This is when it's temperate.
It's perfect weather down there. It's just tranquility around there. Just me with a fishing hat on. Just out there.
Don't even have to be fishing.
Just there.
Just got it on.
Just there. Sometimes it's about nature, man.
Yeah,
Like I'm a big nature person. Sometimes you just need a good walk on the beach.
I think that would surprise some people about you.
Why? That I'm a nature boy?
Mhm.
I'm from Mississippi.
I know, but but when you play for the NFL or in the NFL and you're part of Washington, D.C., I think people might easily think, oh, he's in the city.
I'm a 12-time Daniel Boone Award winner. All right?
What does that mean?
That means I'm Outdoorsman of the Year. All right?
Did you make up this award?
No, listen, let me tell you some facts about it. Jinx.
Okay, let's hear some
If
facts.
you give me a fork, a rope, and a lighter, I can survive in the woods for months.
Like MacGyver.
Just there. All right? When I say an outdoorsman, when I go fishing, I don't even take a fishing pole. All right? I just walk on the bank and the fish see me. They just jump out the water.
What do they call it when you just reach down and you grab the catfish, pull them up?
You know what
I'm talking about?
Yeah, most definitely.
There's a name for it.
Oh, catfishing. Where you put your that's a different thing.
She's so wrong.
No,
and she said it was so much. Hey, yeah, catfishing. No, that's called lying about who you are and then telling somebody that. No,
you're in that right area.
It's called noodling.
Is it noodling?
It's noodling.
We just reach
where
down.
you stick your hand in the hole.
Yes.
In the catfish hole, and you open your hand.
And then they grab it, right?
Well, no. Once you stick your hand in there, you'll feel the catfish. Catfish has no teeth. All right? Once you feel them, it's going to wrap around your hand. When it wrap around your hand, you open your hand.
Have you done that, Fred?
Yeah. And you open your hand and you just pull it out.
Pull them out.
Put them out. That's it. Noodling.
Okay, my bad. Not catfish.
Yeah, she just raised her hand.
Catfishing.
Hey, catfishing. No, that technical term is to lie to somebody about who you are.
That was so funny.
Which I believe you've done once or twice. You catfish somebody.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that was like a subconscious thing that I just had to get out there.
Yeah,
quick trigger with that.
Okay, wait. Newton, Kinlaw, Armstrong, Wise. Fred did want to touch on quickly. Thoughts on that?
I want to bring Wise back.
Okay.
I think Johnny Newton had that game that every guy needs to have.
Yeah.
That I belong game. So I want to see how his growth is because his first year, he was just trying to get healthy. Feet wasn't good, just had surgery.
On both feet, too.
On both feet.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get back healthy. I ain't going to get better. I'm just going to get healthy. This year, he got better.
Yeah.
He going to continue to get better. We got a decision coming up with Payne. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with Payne. I think those guys, it's a good rotation there, but I got to get a wolf in there. I got to get a dog that bite.
Just someone, even if you're not someone to make the quarterback uncomfortable.
And that's what you need.
Because any NFL quarterback, if you give enough time to.
Don't forget Dorrance Armstrong. I think a lot of people forget Dorrance Armstrong. Yeah. And he was a guy just sack after sack after sack after game after game.
Wasn't he leading the league at one point? Or right in the top three?
He was on pace to,
Yeah, so people forget about him. So getting him back, that'll also be good for their group. And I think he's going to be Dorrance Armstrong. I don't think he'll be catfishing us. I think he'll be who he really is. I know the answer. Catfishing. No, you're wrong.
I think I'm going to live that one down.
That's great. Okay.
Okay, next voicemail, Juanita.
Oh, Juanita.
Okay, next voicemail, Juanita. Okay, next voicemail, Juanita. Okay, next voicemail, Juanita. Okay, next voicemail, Juanita. Okay, next voicemail, Juanita. Okay, next voicemail, Juanita.
Hello, Get Loud crew. It is Juanita in Houston. First of all, Fred, don't be throwing me all that shade. I'm talking about Miss Cleo. Because, for your free reading. Like, no, sir, we're not doing that. But I just wanted to call. I don't even know if y'all doing a live show this week, but I just wanted to call and give a shout out to my Washington Commanders on their win this week. Way to end the season. Come on, Revo with the picks and Josh Johnson out there throwing bombs and running in balls. Like, you would just not even believe he's 39 years old. I'm so excited. Way to end the season on a high note. Looking forward to next season. I'm looking forward to hopefully turning this entire record around and being able to do the inverse again this year. Like, we went, 5 and 11. So hopefully we'll go at least 12-4 next year. So we'll turn that back around. So looking forward to it, guys. Keep up the great work. Love my Get Loud crew. I'm going to miss you over this non-football season, but you guys take care. And hail to the Commanders!
Thank you, Juanita.
Thank you, Juanita. And we will be here through the offseason.
I'm just saying,
We're
Miss
not going
Juanita,
anywhere.
We ain't going nowhere.
Our live show on radio obviously is only pregame, so our radio show won't be live. But we will be around for YouTube.
All off season.
So we'll be here.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Hey, listen.
Thank you, Juanita. We love
Miss
Juanita.
Juanita, we going to be here for you. Don't you worry about that.
No
I think
more
she-
Miss
I think-
Cleo comparisons.
I think she enjoyed the Cleo reference.
Call me now.
Call me now.
You should say that.
Did you ever give her your money?
No.
I'm going to tell you who got my money.
Who's that?
And my mama was like, don't you ever do it again.
Who was that?
Do you remember when we could call in and pay like $1 to play a music video on jukebox?
Yeah.
Listen, my mama looked at the phone bill. Who is MC Hammer? I think it was my brother. She was like, you ain't got
Right.
no brother.
Pumps and a bump.
Yeah.
What is this song?
Too legit to quit. You ain't got no job. That was my mama like, the deep freezer working, the refrigerator working. Why you ain't working? Because if you gonna spend all this money on these music videos. Oh, she was distraught.
I forgot about that. You could-
Jukebox.
oh yeah, you could rack up a lot of bills doing that.
You just didn't know. Listen, that just shows our age. That just shows our age, man. Because right now, that was prime, how should I say, cable TV.
Yeah, it was.
And now we're watching the death of cable TV. Right before our eyes right now. Streaming is taking over.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching the death. We're in the last leg of cable TV right now.
Yeah.
All right, so they just tell you. We was talking about the heyday of cable TV. Jukebox had me dancing in my house. See, it was lonely as an only child. Michael Jenkins, it was lonely as an only child. Listen, my mom would come home, and I had been took the TV apart, put it back together, so I could see how it worked. It's the bored times of an only child.
I called into MTV. I told you about the time I called into MTV and talked to Chuck D from Public Enemy.
You had some times, but you've never told me about
I have
this
not told you
time.
this.
No.
They used to have this thing where they would have a guest on every day, and you would call MTV to see if you could get on and ask the guest a question.
Yeah.
That Chuck D on. I'm like, oh my God, because Public Enemy.
And Chuck D is deep.
Yes,
you
he is.
can't be a youth asking this dude a
Yes,
question.
he is. And I told this story a few years ago, and he hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, Mike, that's a great story, man. I forgot about those days. And so I called in, and all of a sudden, and it just rang. I was like, well, first of all, normally it's busy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It just rang and rang and rang and rang. And finally, I mean, after like 3 minutes, I hear, MTV, what's your question for Chuck D? And I was like, oh my God. So I was like, oh, I said, well, I want to ask him if he thinks other rap groups should be political in their messaging like Public Enemy is.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good question, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, hold on. So then I was like, all right, if I say hello to Chuck D, like I want to be cool, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to say like, what's up, Chuck? Because up Chuck sounded like vomit. Because I was a high schooler.
So you overthinking
I know,
it.
I'm a high school kid and I'm freaking out, right? I'm from Breckenridge, Texas. So
Yeah.
all of a sudden I was like, just come hard with it.
Yeah.
Right? So
I'm Trill.
So-
I'm from Texas.
so all of a sudden, they're like, Mike, you're on with Chuck D. What's your question? I go, sup, Chuck? He goes, what's up, Mike? And I was like, yeah, nailed that. So then I asked him the question. He goes, no. He goes, I appreciate that, but basically Public Enemy does what Public Enemy does. We respect what all rappers do, but for us, we want something to say. We have something to say. And I had it recorded on my VHS tape, and I went to play practice that night.
Yeah.
And I was a superstar because everybody watched MTV. Everyone was like,
Was that you, Mike?
were you on MTV with Chuck D tonight? I was like, I was.
They was toting you around the
Oh
city
my
and
God.
everything.
And then for him to respond 20 years later, like, Mike, that's a great story. I was like, man, that was awesome.
You've been shocked what people remember.
Yeah.
We remember the smallest things.
It's crazy.
That really attached to you, because once you used to the same old thing, it's the oddities that stick out.
That's
to you.
exactly right.
And you was an oddity because you probably had this southern accent.
Oh, man, I'm sure I sounded like a hick.
Yeah, and he probably knew, his name Michael Jenkins, but this sound like a white kid.
Except when I came hard, right out the box.
What up, Chuck?
What is up, Charles?
Can I call you Charlie? Yeah.
Man, for a high school kid, I mean, that was just like the best.
No, that probably just blew you away.
Oh, my God, it was incredible. Incredible. I loved it.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. That's the first time I heard your Chuck D story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wish Flavor Flav would have picked the phone.
Oh, my God, that would have been
Flavor.
something. Oh, guys, before we get to Cutwater Confessions, let's talk about SeatGeek for a second. Commanders fans, SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of Hail to the Commanders, and here to help you experience all of the action during the season and the offseason as well, because it doesn't matter if it's football, funk, any live event, SeatGeek has the tickets all year round. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of your Washington Commanders.
You think they got tickets to a Public Enemy concert?
God, I'd go see Public Enemy. All right, Cutwater Confessions time. We have Oregon taking on Indiana, Ole Miss taking on Miami. Do you have a confession when it comes to the college football playoff?
I love watching what Miami did this
I
week.
know
I'm talking about.
I'm happy for Tana.
Hey, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
What is a Buckeye?
I think it's a plant. I think it's like a nut.
Yeah.
Like a nut on a plant.
Yeah.
Like
They
some
got
sort of
treated
nut.
like that this week. I enjoyed watching that because nobody from Ohio, the whole entire state, gave Miami a chance.
That's right.
All right? And then Ohio State they set the bar so high. They went through this whole year, played no one. All right, they finally had to play somebody and got punched in the eye.
Look,
all right?
London's getting all right off.
Yeah, you know why London get like that? Because London always, when we talk about Ohio State, even when we play, he be like, yeah, we. I'm like, we? Then you go to John Carroll? What are you doing? Like him and Tanner when he talked to each other last week. Just walking past each
Tana
other.
told me he was like, I just avoided everybody.
Yeah, like,
Hey, Jinx, did you ask them about Mississippi State? What they do in their bowl game?
I did not ask.
I know what happened to them.
we went down there to the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl.
Yeah.
And Wake Forest treated us bad down there.
Yeah. Wait for it. Down in the Carolinas, beat the brakes off
Hey,
y'all.
listen, we
Sent
didn't
y'all
even
back to them.
We brought our
Sent
B
y'all
team
back
up
to
there.
that country.
We
Sent
br-
y'all
we
back
brought
to the
our-
country.
We brought our B team up
Well,
there.
you-
We didn't bring no starters.
Yeah.
We didn't bring no dudes.
Yeah.
Listen,
We didn't bring no dudes.
they got the brakes beat off of them.
What happened to your Ohio State Buckeyes?
They had a bad day. Picked a bad day to have a bad day. You know what happens.
The better team won. Can you say that?
They were better that night.
I feel like
They were better that night.
I feel like them DBs did a great job on them Ohio State wide receivers.
They had the pass rush was affecting the quarterback.
Oh, Bain was
Because
in there.
it was plenty of receivers open, but if you ain't got the time to find them guys, don't matter. There were guys open for touchdowns, but that pressure got to him and he couldn't get to
Can
get
you
the
tell me
football.
the truth about Son London?
What?
That night, did you cry?
No.
I just asked because I knew you were hurt. I just asked.
Did you cry?
Just a little bit.
Because we should have we beat ourselves, in my opinion.
Who is we?
We. we. You know. Hey, man, why you bringing up old stuff?
No, I'm asking. Who
Hey,
is
but
we?
I will say this. I watched that entire Wake Forest, Mississippi State game.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just like that. I was loving it. Smiling, big as what. Because
I bet you was.
Wake is recruiting steel. So I'm watching the game. I'm like, yeah. Jake Diekert, the head coach at Wake Forest.
He won't be there but still get there. They better fired him.
He reminds me, love his energy, love what he brings. He's kind of almost like a Signetti. but the culture that he's bringing to Wake Forest.
Don't want to be doing that to Cincinnati.
Listen.
Cincinnati, that boy.
Listen, and he had them boys from Wake Forest. Boy, they
You
put
trying to
that.
rub it in, ain't you?
They put that thing to Mississippi State.
He just trying to rub it in, ain't he?
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
What is that a Mississippi State? What
Horns down.
is
You
that-
had to be happy watching Texas beat Michigan.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he don't like
But you know what? I didn't watch it. I ain't watch it.
Archibald out.
Arch
I
looked
saw
great.
I saw 6 snippets of it. You know, it's Michigan. I love to see the results when they lost. I was happy about that. Absolutely.
Well, I love to tear you down most of the time, but now I'm gonna build you up.
All right.
I got to be honest with you. The speech that you gave to Bobby Wagner in the locker room was probably one of your better locker room speeches. As a guy that had to take plenty of from you, but I could see the genuineness in him.
Yeah.
And if anybody could be in that room with y'all, you could tell that you and him had a connection way before this point.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to get there, and it only be 3 of y'all, just
Yes.
8 billion people on this planet, 8 billion. You, Ray Lewis, Bobby Wagner, the only people that can claim to say,
Yes.
I have taken 2,000 people to the ground. How you feel, brother?
Man, I'll tell you this. When so Coach Quinn, DQ, he reached out to me on, I think it was Thursday or Friday night, sent me a text. He say, London, I would love for you to be in a locker room when we recognize Bobby for
Tackles. Yeah.
eclipsing 2,000 tackles. Would you be willing to do it? And I'm like, man, absolutely. I texted him back immediately, like,
Yeah.
man, I love to be a part of that. Appreciate that. And so from there, I started thinking about how do I want to do this, like to really give him his just due. And it made me start thinking about like the 2,000 tackles. That's the number that we see, but it represents so much more. That milestone is a lot much more.
Longevity.
When you dig deep into it, because of it's about you have to have sustained dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have a commitment to excellence. And you have to do this over and over again, year after year after year. And the level, the hours, thousands upon hours that he put into the studying,
Oh, man.
playing through injuries, taking care of his body, doing the stuff in the offseason, all those things that is required. You can have people that can do it 1 year or maybe 2 years,
Yeah.
but not many people are willing or able to do it
Year after
year
year.
after year
Yeah.
after year after year, because it's hard. If there's an easier way to do it, people would do it.
Yeah.
But it requires what it requires. And so that really made me think, like, man, this dude has done it. And I've been in those shoes. So it even brought me back to, like, thinking about it for myself. And, like, I know what it takes to achieve this level, these numbers for this period of time. And so I was thrilled that I was able to be a part of that with him and just share that moment. I'm happy that the team got to win.
Yeah.
So
That made it even more.
more special
Yeah.
to be able to say, man, game ball, and say what I said, and just
I
a
know you-
special moment for him.
I know you're a selfish bastard, so I have to I have to ask you this. How many tackles are he behind you to break your record, to eclipse you?
40.
So he needs 40. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have to come back next year to
You got to
break.
come back the next year. And I think he would need for Ray 60.
60.
Yeah, he can.
So he can
accomplish it.
break both of it. So he can be the all-time leader if he comes
and
back one more year.
Ray played 17 years. I did it in 16. Next year, Bobby comes and play. He'll do it in 15 years.
Wow.
But here's the thing: great players recognize other great players.
Yeah.
So, and he reached out to one of the things that I love about Bobby, and I've shared this before, and you probably can appreciate this. When you have a guy who comes after you, and they appreciate what you did before.
Yeah.
He reached out to me while back in 2019. He was still with the
Seattle
Seahawks. He had already been a multi-time All-Pro,
Yeah.
multi-time Pro Bowler, had already won the Super Bowl, and he reached out to me like, "Hey, London, I would love to, pick your brain, whatever, to learn just kind of how you do different things, and just to." I appreciated that because of the reverence that he had for the position, the dudes that did it before him. He did the same thing with Ray Lewis and some of the other guys that played the position. So, man, I'm always available to players who want to
learn,
ask me questions. Whether you were a teammate with me, whether you played for Washington, play for another team, I'm always available to get that information. But it's just special because of him. And then I'll say this is the last thing I'll say about Bobby. Last year, we were talking, and I was just telling him I appreciate him and him kind of keeping me relevant. And he's like, man, just I'm gonna keep you relevant. He said this last year.
Yeah.
And so and
oh no. What I've told Jinx is, I've said it numerous times, I enjoy him eclipsing this thing because it brings light to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes
No
them
doubt.
say at the end of the day, it's all 3 Yellow Jackets or nothing. Like, that's what it is. It's only 3 people that done that.
And again, the NFL, the National Football League, this game has been played for over 100 years.
Yes.
And only 3 guys
Three
have done
guys.
it. And I was
Ever.
like, man. So it's just like, it's humbling when you think of, like, really reflect on it. When you're going through it, you're like, man, I'm just going about. But when you have an opportunity to sit back, I'm, 10 years, 12 years removed from playing the game. So as each year passes, like, I really get a greater appreciation. And by him doing it yesterday, he's like, dang, 2,000 tackles, man.
That's a lot of
And
tackles.
only 3 players in the history of the National Football League was able to accomplish that.
I'm
That
going to have
says
to
a
go
lot.
back and watch our film to see how many tackles did you just jump on the pile. and you got credit for these tackles that I probably made.
Well, so you got to think about this. That's the 2,000 that I have, or 2,039 that I have.
Yeah.
That's the unofficial.
Yeah.
My official is probably like 2,500. And same with Bobby and same with Ray.
Yeah.
So once you get to the coach, when I say official, when the coaches, start grading the film,
Yeah.
you're going to have some that the stadium might not miss. So
Yeah.
Bobby has more than 2,000 tackles.
Yeah.
When if he was to really
So they
look at
said
it,
combined tackles are solo.
those are combined tackles.
All right.
Yeah.
Most
He's maybe almost 1,200 solo tackles.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many I have, but bottom line is the man is an awesome, phenomenal,
Person.
great football player,
Mhm.
great middle linebacker, great person.
So
great
let me
leader.
ask you this: when Bobby reached out, and I appreciate greatness reaching out to greatness. Like, what are some of the things that you share with Bobby, as far as whether it's taking care of himself, some of the things you learned when you played?
Well, if you just first of all, you let him ask you,
What he
his
wanna
questions.
ask you.
Yeah.
What's he trying to, what's he looking for?
Yeah,
And so we talked playing the position, different coverage schemes and different things. We talked training, like off-season stuff. He was very interested in how I was able to play for so long
yeah.
and not miss a game. So some of the things I did with my off-season training, just sharing those things with him, and giving little nuggets here and there. And we probably had maybe 3 or 4 conversations.
Okay.
Just hey, especially if I saw something, or he would come to me with different things, different questions, whatever.
You know what? Now that I look at all 3 of y'all, all similar builds, all pretty athletic. So should I be looking for a compact, fast middle linebacker instead of the tall, rangier guys? Because y'all 3 are built compact.
You got to look for somebody that's passionate about the game.
So that's the one common denominator that you think all 3 of y'all got.
Passionate about the game, passionate about wanting to be the best they can be.
Just relentless.
Just relentless. Luke Kuechly was 6'3".
No, Luke King like
6'4".
6'1". He not that
Okay.
tall.
So Urlacher 6'4".
Nah, Urlacher
6'3",
6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
You got Ray. Ray's about 6 feet, 6'1", maybe. I'm 5'10". Bobby's 6
Mike
feet.
Singletary is built like y'all.
So, but it's the passion
Yeah.
that we have about the game. That's the main thing you want to have, that you need to have.
Yeah.
Only 3 with 2,000 tackles ever.
You love it. I seen it in your eye. You were like, yeah,
Hey, listen.
it's only 3
So
of us.
listen. Let me tell you this. So yesterday during the game, the Eagles was throwing the football a lot early,
Mhm.
and they were throwing it outside the number and stuff like that. I think Bobby didn't have a tackle until he had like one tackle
At
got late.
halftime.
At halftime.
So I'm literally looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. So I was like, man, I'm gonna stop tracking this because I don't want to.
Yeah,
I'm
jinx
like,
it.
man, if he don't get these tackles, like, this ain't gonna be good. Like, I want to win, and I know he only cares about winning.
Yeah.
But we want to recognize him today.
Yeah.
And so, I'm literally keep refreshing my thing with the stats, and eventually I saw him with the five tackles. I told Brown, hey, he got it. He's made it.
He's eclipsed the 2,000.
Yes.
And you know what I love too is that I think a lot of people on the outside looking in might think, oh, I don't want him to break my record. But you have a real joy when you talk about this.
Listen, because records are made to be broken.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And like him breaking my record is not going to diminish
Change
what
anything.
Right.
I accomplished. We all are great football players, and even the guys who don't get to that level, that doesn't diminish their numbers. But hey man,
I say it brings more light to you.
Yeah, especially,
I think it illuminates you. I think it
Yes.
says, why not me? I beat him to this point. Like at one point he gonna have a yellow jacket. Where's my yellow jacket?
Yep. So
I think it brings light to a situation.
Oh, yeah.
That otherwise wouldn't be happening.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think you're absolutely right, Smooth, because within that there will be some voters, Hall of Fame voters.
Some residue.
Be like, man, dang, I didn't really realize this about London. So,
Yeah.
But regardless of that part of it, it's my joy. And again, because he reached out to me and we had that, regardless, I thought he was a great football player even before him reaching out to me. I mean, I studied the game while I was playing, still doing it, study the game. So just recognizing another great football player, it's just it brings joy that he's,
I never thought I'd say this.
He's accomplished that, and he's continued to have this great football career.
No doubt.
I never thought I'd say this, but you showed some class.
No doubt.
you showed some class.
Hey, now later on, I'm gonna do a couple other shows, and I'm gonna get back to. I got some stuff for you. I got some ammunition for you.
Hey, listen, for what you did with the hoodie, it ain't over with. I just want you to know that it ain't over.
Listen,
I got some
Jinx,
stuff.
did you hear about the hoodie?
No, you got to tell me about this.
Oh, I got to get you one too.
All right, this is what it is. We doing the show,
Okay.
Command Center show. I'm getting on him. He
Okay.
pull out this hoodie,
Okay.
call it his ugly Christmas sweater with my face on it. And he got Christmas sweater. Like I'm sweating on it.
But I got his face.
Yeah.
Christmas sweater.
I got to check that out.
Oh, I'm gonna get you one.
Oh, give me one.
I've already got an order for a second order. So he has one, I have
Right.
one.
Well,
BC.
I'll be wearing it right
You know
here.
what? I was just
Santana Logan.
I was gonna surprise you with the hoodie that I got for you. I call it the London Fletcher big back hoodie that come with a gut in it and everything. All right?
You can't steal my stuff. You gotta come with your own stuff. You can't steal my stuff.
That is it for the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, London Fletcher, Fred Smoot, Michael Jenkins, Anna, Kayla. See you next week. The views and opinions expressed by our podcast guests and or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Washington Commanders or any of their representatives.
The Get Loud podcast was filmed at the Big Bear AI Command Center Studios. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world and proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and his fans.